Okay, you guys, hi. Welcome to the second demo tonight. Really excited to have you guys here. Thank you for finding us. I know last year we were over there and we're trying this out this year, see how things go. I want to first thank the sponsors, the whole reason we're able to have these demos with the live streaming and with our wonderful tech going on here. We have Philippi's and Downtown Joe's and Upstage Productions. So thank you very much, you guys. Woo! And I just want to remind you all that on the actual recipes we'll be handing out to you, we have a little QR code, and it's that little, you know, the little mumbo jumbo thing at the top, and you can actually take a picture of that with your smartphone and follow this on Do Napa and I believe Upstage Productions, their website. So you can actually watch this, and even tomorrow if you feel like you forgot something or you're like, what did she say about that chocolate? You can actually go there and you can see another recording of it. So just so you know, in case there's anything you think you miss, go to that QR code and check it out. Okay, so I want to introduce to you Debbie Deaver. She's the owner. She's the owner of Vintage Sweet Shop, and she's going to teach you guys an awesome chocolate truffle tonight. And we're going to pair a wine with it from the, I think it's the downtown, or no, Napa General Store. We have the wine, right? Okay, good. Oh, perfect, yay! So Tom will come up here and talk a little bit about the wine, but we're going to have Debbie start off, and she'll talk about her truffles for you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm Debbie from Vintage Sweet Shop. Our store is located down at the Napa Mill, the old Napa Mill down on the Napa River. So we're down there hand making all of our chocolates at our store. So you have to come by and check it out. We also have a wine bar, so we do chocolate and wine pairing. So what I decided to do tonight is a very simple, elegant chocolate to serve at home. If you were just wanting a really fine little dessert to have with wine, it's a dark chocolate vanilla truffle. With chocolate, I believe, the simpler the recipe, the more elegant the chocolate, and the better the cocoa flavor. You want to keep your sugar low and your ingredients pretty simple. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put, right now we've cut the recipe down to so it's a manageable at home size. So I'm going to put in 2 different chocolates that I'll blend to create this truffle. One is a dark Oro, it's called bittersweet chocolate. It's 73%. But we're going to cut that with some semi-sweet chocolate too. So we're going to do a blend of both. It just tones down. It's not going to create a bitter chocolate. If you want it higher, you can always bump that up. But sometimes when you do, you should add a little bit extra cream because it'll get drier as you increase your percentage of cocoa. So I'm just going to blend. One thing about working with chocolate, when you do anything with chocolate in a recipe, you don't have to worry about tempering chocolate. With this recipe, you don't have to do that. If you're not familiar with that term, tempering, that's so that you get that nice glossy hard shell color to chocolate. And if you don't temper it right, it will look gray and spotted. And it's basically when you melt chocolate, it breaks all the molecular bonds in the chocolate, so the chocolate becomes very fluid. Then when you want it to reset up, you want that structure back the way that it was, so you need to re-temper it. So we're not going to worry about that with this truffle because we're going to coat it in cocoa powder, which is very forgiving. So that's the 63%, and we're going to add that, and we're going to add the cream as soon as I get the chocolate melting a little bit. And I'm doing it over a double boiler with some water under here, not touching the base but of the pan that I'm working with the chocolate. You don't want to get any water in there, so we're just going to melt this chocolate over the double boiler. And if you were not wanting to do it this way, you can do it with a microwave oven. You just have to be very careful. Chocolate can seize up if you overheat it. If you work with a microwave oven to do this you want to add your cream, and you want to do 50% power and 30-second bursts. So you could put it in the microwave for 30 seconds at 50% power, take it out and stir it. Even if it looks like the chocolate is still hard, inside that chocolate it's starting to melt. You just don't see it. Some people get rushing and we get phone calls. Oh my gosh, I put my chocolate in the microwave and it's a big ball. And it is ruined at that point. So you just want to be real gentle with it. 30 seconds, take it out, stir it, put it back in, 50% power, 30 seconds, and keep doing that until you get towards where you have little small pieces of chocolate in it. Take that out, and then just let that melt within itself. And you just let it just melt down. So that's another way you can do it. Some people are afraid of using it because they use microwaves at full power, and that's definitely not what you don't want to do that with chocolate. This is kind of slow, so I'm going to turn it up here.
Pick it up a notch. Pick it up a notch.
I feel like I'm camping. little propane.
Make some s'mores, marshmallows and crackers.
Okay. All right. My assistant here. Make sure my plate's good. Okay. Otherwise, it's going to get really boring. I'll have to become a comedian. This is going to take a while for this to melt. So while this is melting, I'm going to go ahead and add the cream. It's starting to melt. And we're going to add some vanilla.
Now, does it matter what brand of cream you use? Or
Well, yeah, actually, because we're able to get very good cream, a very heavy cream.
All right, well,
The heavier the better. So if you can get a heavy cream.
no, I mean name brand.
Name brands, Clover Stornetta is a local dairy that makes really good products. So I would say that there's another one out there. I can't remember. Berkeley, I think Berkeley Farms makes another heavy cream too. And another thing, if you're trying to get a little shelf life out of your truffles that you're going to make, you should boil your cream first and bring it up to boiling, and then take it out of the microwave or off the stove. But boil it, but not to get the fat out of it, but you're boiling it just to kill any kind of bacteria or anything that might be there, and it will extend the shelf life of a couple of weeks onto your chocolate. So it's a good thing to do. We do all kinds of different chocolates. I'll just talk a little bit while this melts down. We do everything from chocolate-covered wine bottles, which is what I brought up here to show you, to truffles, to making, gray salt caramels and dipped in chocolate and all kinds of other little chocolate goodies. But the chocolate wine bottle, we actually did one on the Food Network on a show, and it became quite a popular item. We do a lot of them for a lot of celebrities have had them and ordered them. And it's a full bottle of wine. We shrink wrap the bottle and apply the chocolate. So when you pull the shrink wrap, the chocolate breaks away from the bottle, and you pour your wine and eat your chocolate. So it's a pretty fun gift. I know a little story of Pierce Brosnan, the actor that played James Bond. He got one, and people that bought it took it to Hawaii to his house, and there was a lot of chaos, I guess, at his house. And they said it was Christmas time, paparazzi, everybody around. And they went in and they put the chocolate dip bottle under the Christmas tree. And the lady told me that him and his wife went over and picked it up from under the tree and ran and put it in their bedroom, and said they didn't want it to get misplaced. So, I was really happy about that. So this is starting to melt pretty good. And with chocolate, you just have to be gentle when you work with it. Some people get impatient with it. and it's better to just take your time with it. You know, you don't want to overheat it. You can scorch it pretty easily. So this is working out really nice now. It's starting to really melt. And these truffles go really well with a nice Cabernet or a port for dessert. And if you have the recipe, you can also do some variations with it. It's kind of like Annie calls it, my little black dress. You can take this truffle and you can change it very easily you could grind pistachios, put that in the truffle. You can put other types of nuts ground. I prefer pistachios or hazelnuts ground in it. Or if you wanted to spice it up, you could take a chili spice and grind it and blend it with the cocoa that coats it. Just put a little bit on the outside of it. It will spice it up a bit. So it's a good basic recipe to hang on to. You can even add extra cream to that recipe and can actually create a ganache that you put over a cake. So the recipe is very flexible. So it's a nice one to keep handy if you're trying to make a really pretty presentation dessert. Just increase your cream and just pour it over your cake, and it'll set up and be beautiful. Okay, so this melted down really well. This is good.
Can I lick the bowl?
Spatula. I'm going to turn it down now because we have nowhere to really take this, pour it, and chill it for you. I have another one. So what I did is I set one up in a pan. So let's see. You would make it, and then you can use parchment paper, any kind of paper that you have at home in your kitchen that would work, just to make it easier cleaning the pan, and also to be able to pop it out. So then you can take a simple cutter and just cut. So,
I have a question.
Sure.
You said dark chocolate. Can it be any kind of chocolate, or does it have to be dark?
Yeah. You can use, if you would prefer milk chocolate, you can do with milk chocolate. You just need to adjust your cream because now you're talking. There's already dairy product in the milk chocolate, so you just decrease your amount of cream if you're using milk chocolate. If you do it slowly, you'll be able to tell by the thickness and the viscosity of the chocolate. So you're able to do that.
What if somebody's like,
Okay. Why? Woohoo! You can pass out the truffles too, because it'd be great for them to have it with the wine. Yeah. Sure. But you just can cut this, and this one slab will serve a lot of people. So I would continue and just keep cutting this. And here comes the wine man.
Doesn't this look exquisite? And you made it look so easy. I mean, I feel now that I could do this at home, where I always gave that to the wizard in the chocolate shop before. So thank you for enabling
I
us.
still want you to come see us, though.
Oh yeah, I'm just around the corner. My name's Tom Liechtenstein. Ich arbeite in Napa General Store, and that's my little token German that I can say for Volker Isler's wine is what we're pouring today. It's his Gemini. It's a Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon blend. He's over in Childs Valley. And how many people here, just as a show of hands, how many people have been to Childs Valley? One. Oh, this is better than before. So we got 2, 4, 6. We got like less than a dozen here. If you live here and haven't been over there, go check it out. 128 up past Hennessy. It's a different world. It's not Sonoma. It's not Napa Valley, but it's gorgeous up there, just past Lake Hennessy. If you're visiting and you have time, and you want to get away from the winery scene in the valley proper, go up and check it out. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's verdant this time of year. There's cattle and horses up there. and miles and miles and miles in between vineyards and wineries. So Volker Isle came over from Germany in the early 50s, and now his son is helping him produce this wine. They have this and other wines that they're producing. At the Napa General Store, this is what we're pouring right now. The Napa General Store offers we do breakfast and lunch, and our wine bar there has about 22 different varietals right now, about 18 different vintners. We offer you a selection to choose from on a wine list and a sampling for a flight of 5, and you can really experience small vintners. We look specifically for exclusively Napa, small production. We target 500 cases a year per vintage, and vintners with little or no distribution. So you have a chance to taste wine from some of the small growers who have maybe 2, 3, 5 acres that are producing wonderful wine that distributors can't pick up. And Volker Isle has some. A lot of times, small distributors are restaurants, and the restaurants might be scattered around the United States, but you can't buy it and take it home. There are many wines that go with chocolate. This is a selection. So just to put out the idea that it doesn't have to just be red. Are there any questions? Marvelous. Enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well, what's chocolate without wine? I mean, 2 great food groups, right? So did y'all get a sample? No, it's still going around? Okay. All right. So I took this slab that I had set up at the store, and then I just cut it up in little squares. And then what I would do is, I didn't bring a flour sifter, but if you had a flour or sugar sifter at home, you can just sift the powder, the cocoa powder over the top, and just take a spatula and flip them, and just do the back side too. And they're done. That's it. It's so simple and so elegant to serve with a really nice glass of wine. So, does anybody have any questions?
What if somebody's lactose intolerant, can you substitute their milk? Like you said, heavy creamery, but...
Yeah, you could try it. I haven't tried, you could probably try a soy or almond milk. Yeah, definitely. I think that would be fun. It's always fun to experiment with things in the kitchen, and chocolate is no different. People shouldn't have to be afraid of working with it.
Do you have a favorite commercial brand of chocolate that you buy?
I do really like Guittard chocolate. They make over 400 different kinds of chocolate. And so over the last 17 years of working with chocolate, I've found all different combinations and things I'd like to work with. I think the better, when you're going to make something, an elegant chocolate, you want to get something with quality, and I would say that has gone through a process which they call conching, which the chocolate is the grinding process that the cocoa beans go through. And the problem with chocolates that are more reasonable, inexpensive chocolate, a lot of times that process is very quick. It's just the process of grinding creates the texture of the chocolate. If you eat chocolate and you can kind of get that kind of grimy texture sometimes, that's not always that pleasant. That is the conching. That's the chocolate company is producing a lot, and they're doing it quickly and getting it out there. And then you have the finer chocolates that go through a process of conching that takes a lot longer, and it's the grinding process to create a very, very creamy, elegant, silky quality chocolate. Pardon me? Where do I buy it? Oh, from the company. I buy from the company. Unfortunately, in the marketplace, there's only a few choices out there. Their chocolate is good, but I don't know how many are out there for the general public to purchase. I would try to get a high percentage cocoa, pretty much a 73%, and then I blended it with half with a 63%. So then it's more tolerable to more people instead of being bitter. And there's no reason for it to be bitter. It's kind of like coffee. Chocolate's a lot like coffee. It's the process that it goes through to produce it, the quality of the beans that it starts with. So all that goes into making it. And some you'll buy and it'll have different notes, just like a wine. You know, you might have a little bit of an almond flavor or a little bit of a cherry, or you'll get different notes from the chocolate. So you can kind of find what you like too. But I would definitely, if you're going to take your time to do something like this, you can serve a lot of people with a small amount. So I would get a higher quality chocolate if you can, you know, find that out in the marketplace. I'm sure that it's out there. If I'm sure at some of the finer stores would have a nice high quality chocolate where you can get the higher percentage cocos and experiment with it. You can, like I said, you can put spice in there. You can do all kinds of fun things with that recipe. It's really, really a fun recipe to have. So. Anybody else? Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Can you make this recipe gluten-free?
For what?
Gluten-free? Gluten?
Oh, is that what he was asking? I didn't catch the beginning. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is gluten. There's no flour.
Oh, okay.
There's no gluten.
No wheat flour. Wheat flour is
Yeah.
the only thing that causes.
They vary from 48 to on up. That one's 55. Thank you so much.
It was like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Thank you.
It was like Kentucky Fried Chicken. It was finger looking good.
Oh, good.
How
I'm
do you
glad
win that
enjoyed
one?
it. I have some other samples up here if you're interested in trying a spicy chocolate. I brought a chili chocolate, and then I brought a cherry chocolate too. So you're welcome to come up and try something else.
You asked me twice.
That's the cherry. Let me grab a glove and I can help you guys with that.
We live and kind of.
Yeah.
want you
Oh, yeah.
on. You're done.
Oh, that can be done. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Not if it's something dry. You know, if it's dry. You don't want to put something in there that's got water. This is chili. Yeah, be perfect. Yeah. Yes. That's the chili. Okay. Chili. Four different kinds of chili. Yeah, 4 different kinds of chili. You want the chili? Yeah. This is cherry. Cherry and chili.
Cherry?
Cherry. Huh? Yes.
I got it.
Possibility that you gotta boil and stop and let it cool. Boil it so it just goes up over 100 degrees. As soon as it gets to boiling, it's boiling, stop it. Bring it back down before you add. Yeah, but you don't have to cool it that much. Chocolate, if you take it and you're putting it into cold chocolate that's solid, just dump it right onto the chocolate. It'll just help the chocolate melt for you. Stir it and then real gently. The microwave is really easy.
What's up, baby?
If you just 50% power and just 30 second burst. 30 seconds and then stir. And take it out and stir it. 30 seconds, 50% power, stir. And as soon as it gets close, stop and just let it melt within itself. That's how you be successful. That one's too good.
Oh, sorry. I was like, you learned about the chocolate one too?
That's your chili.
Spike.
I want the one with the cherry.
Cherry.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Which one did you need, John?
No,
Okay. Did you want one? No. Okay, I'm gonna try the. I'm a wimp. I gotta try
try
cherry.
both.
Yeah,
You gotta try the spice one.
Try the cherry one.
Yeah. There you
Try
go.
the chili one.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
gotta try Annie. You
No,
got
I don't like chili.
no.
You.
Hi. Would you like chili one? Yeah. It's got French gray salt on it too. I forgot to mention.
The cherry's really good.
I have a good friend now.
Is this the parties?
This is a chili.
The chili.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
It's got French gray salt on top.
Oh my gosh.
Chili? Sure.
Okay.
We have a table right over, like, we're at the Chef's Market too. About you walk out to the first, to the right, two spaces down. My mother is there with our chocolates. We have bags of the chili and the cherry and
Delicious. Thank
all
you.
different chocolates over there. So
I've seen some people that roll into a ball. At what point can you do
you can do that right from the stage right here. Yeah. Once it's like you've got to let it set up, and then you can just go ahead and just take your scooper and scoop, and then stick it right onto a tray, and then hand roll it. And sometimes you can put a teeny bit. Okay.
How much do you think it's somewhere without
It's so easy, yeah. I mean, it's to create a quick dessert. You don't need to, it's low energy.
Do you like cherry
You're
or
not
chili?
using your oven.
Cherry. Okay. That's awesome.
And it creates a lot of
Can I try it?
Cherry? Yeah. Oh, you said chili?
We don't divulge that. That's our
There you go.
surprise.
You're welcome.
Yes, our little secret. Thank you, though.
Okay, Debbie, I love this. This is the greatest idea. It's easy. Yeah. That's awesome.
Did you taste it like this?
No, I didn't try it like
I
this.
like this. It's kind of fun to taste it without the.
It melts faster. Did that look like that originally?
That's not true. No, that's solid.
That's just solid chocolate.
Yeah, that's
and this is more truffle. Gotcha. Because cream.
This has cream.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm like looking at this and I was like, oh, that's our bowl. That means I can see it.
That's right.
I was like, ooh. Yeah, sure. I was like, I got some chocolate.
You can jump that on it. What I've done is soft and decadent. Add more cream to it.
That's exactly what I would do.
I would just eat it by the spoonful.
I know, right?
Just make that. I make like a buttercream frosting and put a cinnamon coating first, and then pour that over. I did my brother's birthday cake like that. And it came
I
down
want to
on
win
the
that.
That's perfect. I know, isn't that
Yeah,
beautiful?
that was fun to
Oh,
swing.
would you like to try it? Which one, cherry or chili?
Take it to Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
Cherry?
I thought,
Which one
okay,
would you
take it to
like?
Hawaii.
Cherry?
Milk.
Cherry or chili?
And this is what flavor?
Chili.
Here, distract her out there.
Wait, which one would you like?
We'll split it.
You guys don't like spicy, do you? Which one would you like?
Can I try one of each?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Gloves.
The gray salt is on the
chili?
Gray salt on the chili.
I would eat the, yeah. You like chili?
Did you try?
I want a chili.
Do you want one of these?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Overpower the cherry.
Thank you.
Wait, here. Tell me how the chili is because you know I won't try it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
You already tried it?
It would be good with the
Oh, I'm really eating it all. They're all like, "Hello, Annie, get away from the camera."
Can you custom
Look at his
salt
face.
on the chili is very good.
It helps, right? It rounds out the flavor.
Yeah, but I do it without the salt anyway because I love the chili.
Oh, see, he likes the chili.
I
I'm
love
a
the
wimp.
chili. No.
It's really got a big following.
Would you like to get cherry or chili?
Using bacon fat instead of the butter. Using bacon fat instead of the butter. Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
bacon
Come on.
and chocolate. Come on.
In this?
I'm not into
Would you like to try cherry or chili? Cherry. Okay. There you go. And what is it? It's chocolate. Debbie has Vintage Sweet Shop. She's the owner.
Okay.
And she did a demonstration.
What did she do? Did she do truffles?
Yeah, do you want the recipe?
Yeah.